10 QuickBooks features you need to know to save time and boost productivity. That's exactly what I'm going to talk about in this video today. My name is Zach Pasquarello. I am a bookkeeping expert. I own my own bookkeeping business, and I make these videos so that I can teach you how to become a bookkeeping expert in less than 30 days with no experience, exactly the same way that I did 3 years ago. I've learned so much. I've made mistakes. I've done some things really, really well, and I want to teach all of those things to you so that you can fast track and start your bookkeeping business as quickly as possible. And in this video, I'm going to share 10 tips and tricks that I have learned that save time and boost productivity in QuickBooks. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel because I post new videos every single day teaching you how to become a bookkeeping expert with QuickBooks and teaching you how to start and grow your own bookkeeping business. And if you want to schedule a one-on-one consultation with me, there's actually a link in the description of the video. Check it out. I would love to work with you. Now let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into the video. Okay, so this is a sample company, and the first thing that I'm going to talk about is the bank feed. So if you log in your QuickBooks, in the left-hand side, you'll see this banking option. Click on banking, and it'll take you to a screen that looks like this. And if you don't have anything here, I recommend that you connect your accounts. This is the first thing that you should do. You can connect your checking accounts, your savings accounts, your credit cards, and all you need to do is just click this button right here, link account, choose your bank, enter your username and password, and then you will be able to see all of your transactions in QuickBooks. It pulls the date, description, and the amount, whether you received money or spent money. This will save you so much time. That way you're not manually adding expenses and bank deposits. So connect your account. And if you can't connect the account, or for security reasons, if you don't feel comfortable connecting your account, you can upload your transactions from an Excel file. Okay, now number 2, I'm going to talk about selecting multiple transactions in your bank feed. This is going to save you so much time. So let's just say, for example, this right here, and this is just a sample company. We're going to select these 2 transactions and we're going to update them. And then all we need to do is say that it's expense. We need to type in who did we pay. Let's say, for example, we paid Ellis equipment rental. And then what is the category? We'll say the category was equipment rental, apply and accept. And all of a sudden, we have categorized and added 2 transactions to our chart of accounts by only really doing 1 or 2 clicks of the button. So you can see if you select 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 20 transactions at once, you can really do a bulk of your bookkeeping with just a few clicks of the mouse. So right here on the left-hand side, just select whatever transactions you want to categorize and then update them accordingly. Okay, the other cool feature that you can use is you can search for transactions, and I recommend that you use this magnifying glass up here. And all you have to do is type in either the amount or maybe the name of the vendor. So for example, if I know that there was a $5.66 charge, but I just can't seem to find it, I can just come up here and type in $5.66, and then QuickBooks will search, and all of a sudden here, I see the transaction that I was looking for just by typing in the amount $5.66. However, this is limited, so it's only going to show you like 5 to 10 transactions, and it's only going to go back so far. So tip number 4 is to use the advanced search. And I'm old school, I guess, so I'm going to go to the classic advanced search. QuickBooks looks like they changed some of their features. Okay, so for the advanced search, we have a couple options here. I'm going to choose all transaction lines, and then I'm going to choose display name, and then contains or equals, and now I'm looking for transactions by Hicks Hardware. So whenever I go up here to the magnifying glass and type in Hicks, nothing shows up, but I know I've paid Hicks Hardware in the past, so I'm going to use the search feature, type in Hicks Hardware, search, and then all of these transactions show up for Hicks Hardware. The other option for this advanced search, we can do the same thing that we did for the $5.66. Just go to line amount equals 566, and we can search the same way for a line amount. Okay, tip number 5. So sometimes things have been categorized in the past in a way that we don't necessarily want them to be categorized. So instead of individually changing all of those transactions, we can actually merge chart of accounts. So for example, let's go to our chart of accounts here. Okay, so if we look here, so we have this category called promotional, and we're like, you know what? I just want to consider this to be advertising. Okay, so any transactions that have been categorized under promotional will now be categorized as advertising. So all we have to do is click on edit, and then we just need to make sure that the name is the exact same. So we have here advertising, and we also need to make sure that the tax form section is also the same. So it's advertising and promotional, and we're changing the name from promotional to advertising, and then we're going to click save, and it's going to ask you, you already have an account with that name. Would you like to merge the two? Just say yes, merge the accounts, and then click save again. And then now anything in the past that was categorized under this promotional category is now going to be categorized as advertising. And everything that was categorized as advertising will still be categorized as advertising. So if you have a ton of transactions that have been categorized incorrectly in the past, all you need to do is change the name of that chart of accounts, and it automatically merges that account with the new account. Okay, tip number 6 is editing a large number of transactions that have already been categorized. So QuickBooks makes it very difficult to change a batch of transactions that have already been categorized, but there is a way to do it. Just go to expenses, click on vendors, and this is why I always recommend that everybody always give every single transaction a vendor. So we're going to go here to Hicks Hardware, and we can see here that these were categorized differently. So what we can do is we can select all of these transactions right here. We can click on batch actions and categorize selected, and then we can choose the expense that we want to categorize them, and then we can apply that, and then you can see all 4 of them were changed to this new category. You can only do this with transactions that have the same vendor. So that's why anytime you categorize an expense, always give it a vendor, just in case in the future, if you want to change the category, you can just select all of them and change the category all at once. This has saved me so much time in the past. Okay, tip number 7 is you're going to need to track your accounts payable and your accounts receivable, and the best way to do that is to go into reports, and in the search bar up here, just type in detail, and then we can go to accounts payable aging detail. And then here we're able to see all of our outstanding bills, all of the accounts payable that have been entered, and we can see when they were due, who is the vendor, what's the date of the bill, how many days is it past due, what's the amount, what's the opening balance. So we can see in real time just a nice summary of all of our accounts payable. And if you have clients who frequently use QuickBooks to track their bills, I would recommend just export this to a PDF and email it to your clients, maybe weekly, maybe monthly. That way they can stay on top of their bills. And then the exact same concept with their accounts receivable. You can also run an accounts receivable aging detail, and it looks almost the same. So here we can look at invoices. So this is all customers and services that have been provided or products that have been sold and invoiced. So these are all customers that owe the client money. You can see here the date of the invoice, the customer, the due date, the amount, and how much is open on the balance. So this is another great report. Export this and send it to your clients maybe weekly, maybe monthly, just to help them track their accounts receivable. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple more reports. I'm going to show you a cool profit and loss report that I use every single month. I love this profit and loss. This is the only one I really send my clients, and this is the profit and loss by month. So this is not just your typical P&L that shows maybe all of the months or just 1 month at a time. This actually shows all of the months side by side so that you can compare. I can see, okay, total income was much higher in March than it was in January, February. What's going on? Maybe it's my busy season, or maybe my business is growing, or maybe it could be the other way around. Maybe your income is a lot less in March, and maybe you missed something. Maybe you forgot to enter an invoice or a sales receipt. And then you can look at your expenses side by side. Maybe you had an insurance payment in February, but not in March. So you can see your income and expenses side by side. This is a great way to see what's going on in a little finer detail than just looking at your P&L. And then the other option is profit and loss by customer. This is tip number 9. We're almost done here. We're going to look at profit and loss by customer. So this is going to require some manual entry on your end whenever you're categorizing transactions, but this is so super helpful, especially for like my general contractors or pretty much anybody providing a service. So if in this example, maybe I'm a landscaping company and I've been working on Amy's bird sanctuary, I can allocate income and expenses to this particular customer. That way, at the end of the project, I can see we are positive $630, and that's taking into account these expenses. So it's not just income, we also have some expenses here. So this is profit and loss by customer. This is a great way that you can sell your bookkeeping clients, hey, I can track your profitability per project and per customers. Okay, the final tip that's going to increase your productivity and increase your accuracy. This is the most important step when it comes to bookkeeping. You've got to reconcile your accounts, and QuickBooks makes it so super simple. On the left-hand side here, click Accounting and click on the Reconcile button, and then all you need to do is choose the account that you want to reconcile. So in this example, we'll reconcile the checking account and then look at your bank statement. So look at the month before, get the bank statement, type in the ending balance and then the ending date, and then click Start Reconciling, and make sure that the ending balance in your QuickBooks matches perfectly the ending balance on the bank statement. You've got to look at these 10 productivity tips. I promise you, I'm a bookkeeping expert. I'm a QuickBooks expert. I've been doing this for 3 years. I've learned so much along the way. Try out these tips and tricks, and in the comment section, let me know if you have any other tips and tricks that I missed. I would love to learn from you.